Good, bright, and beautiful Sunday afternoon, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and of course right here on Garden State Weather. This is the early afternoon video forecast discussion for this absolutely spectacular Sunday, the 19th of April, 2020. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. And we're under a Chamber of Commerce sky this morning, late this morning, early afternoon. We're finding temperatures this morning at about 11 o'clock, rising into the upper 40s and low and mid 50s. It was a chilly start with some frost and freeze warnings that have now all expired. And if we looked at the temperatures this morning, indeed, they were well below freezing in many areas, so this was definitely warranted. But right now, the temperatures are definitely on the rise. And from windalert.com, this is the latest wind speeds here. Of course, they're a little gusty here along the ocean fronts here and out into central and eastern Long Island, where we have some very strong winds around Smith Point at 29 miles per hour. Interior sections, all the winds are out of the southwest right now. And this is good because that's the reason why all this nice, warm, sunny skies and warm air is coming over the top of us late this morning, early this afternoon. With the wind gust here at 11 o'clock this morning, it's still pretty gusty out there, 15, 20 miles per hour gust out there this morning on a southwest wind, but it does feel a little chilly out there. Even though the air temperatures are warming, it still feels a little bit chilly with that wind. Oh, finally they fixed the wind chill chart here at Rutgers. Thank you. Up close and personal in the New Jersey-New York I-95 corridor this morning, this is the mountainous areas here on the topography of the visible satellite red. And, well, you're just seeing some high clouds now streaming in with that warm air that's trying to work into the area. And it's a luscious day here with all clear skies across the entire metropolitan area. And, of course, from our own website, I love using the Nest as Star Goes East GeoColor satellite imagery because it shows exactly all the clearing here and the streaming of the warm upper level warm air clouds coming in from the west and southwest. And the same thing on the IR imagery here. We're having cloud tops increase across this area here because there's thunderstorms out to the west and south of this with some flood warnings over Arkansas. And the radar this morning, late this morning, early this afternoon, keeping everybody dry across the northern mid-Atlantic. And the surface chart, well, we'll do that in a moment. Here's the other reflection here of the radar. And here's our surface chart with ridging right now off the mid-Atlantic coast and right on top of us as temperatures begin to warm with the southwest flow. Late morning surface chart from weatherroanoke.com. Thank you very much. And digital atmosphere software shows a cold front now across the Great Lakes with some precipitation back here along this disturbance here in the Rockies. And we have this old stalled out frontal boundary here across the southeast and a wave of low pressure on it. And it's producing some showers and thunderstorms over this area, and there are some flood watches too from these showers and thunderstorms. But this particular area will scoot to the south and east and not affect us for tomorrow. However, the next disturbance in here will by the time we get to Tuesday. Well, here's our national hazards. There's not many of them here in the northern mid-Atlantic or in the northern states here. Red flag warnings over portions of the upper Midwest, Wyoming, and Montana. But I can tell you this is not good. And we'll get into the Storm Prediction Center in just a moment. Another very active day in the south. We got a lot of flooding here, flood watches and flood warnings here for all of the southeastern states here over the interior. And we also have some wind advisories here along the Gulfport areas here in Florida and Louisiana. And of course, we have a tornado watch in effect for southeastern and eastern Texas into a good chunk of Louisiana, and some dense fog this morning as well, late this morning. We're going to be honing in on this in just a moment. And of course, all this flooding from all the rain that's still falling in these showers and thunderstorms as these tributaries wash down through the Mississippi River Valley area. Use the iWeatherNet severe storm browser here. We've got some flooding issues, okay, as we're getting into South Carolina here. See if we can hone on this. It's still early morning here in the deep south, but around Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, Alabama, we have a flash flood watch in effect for Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And for central and western central Alabama until 11 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Of course, the radar is lighting up with up to 2 inches of rain already. Some flash flooding is ongoing and expected to begin shortly. So that's not a good start to the morning here. And of course, over here, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Macon County in west central Georgia and other areas as well until around 11:30 this morning. So, we got 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter-size hail, radar indicating impact, damage to vehicles, obviously, with hail. And we have more thunderstorms developing over Mississippi right now and some lighter rain. And if we get back into Texas here, we've got problems here. Also, just east of Waco this morning, we have a new watch box here. This is for severe thunderstorm warnings for Freestone County, or Freestone County in central Texas, Limestone County in central Texas as well. And we're going to be monitoring this activity. And then another box over here for southeastern Montgomery County in southeastern Texas. We're going to be monitoring this all day long because we got nothing better to do. Lots of lightning here over Texas. Lots of lightning here in the southeast as well. Got storm reports coming in. This is all the live lightning strikes right now as I'm recording this. And if we took the lightning off and get into the storm reports, we've had hail reports up to 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 here in Harris, Texas. And other areas have seen some strong hail with these thunderstorms too, about 1.5 inches of hail in West Jersey Village here in Harris County in Texas. So, these storms do mean business. And I mean, it's early in the morning, but, of course, in Alabama here from Birmingham to Tuscaloosa, and these areas here, we've had windstorm damage here. Thunderstorm wind damage is coming in. Numerous trees are down here. So, again, we're experiencing, 50, 55, 60-mile-per-hour gust in this location. Nationally, getting into the Storm Prediction Center here, we have a tornado watch box now for portions of western Louisiana, East Texas, and its coastal waters until 3 o'clock Central Daylight Time. A couple of tornadoes here could be intense, possibly widespread large hail, isolated very large hail events, and we've already reported hail in this area up to 1 3/4 inches. So it's also very possible scattered damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour, and they're expected to intensify this morning across East Texas and spread across the actual warned area. Large hail is the primary threat this morning, but increasing winds aloft will promote the risk of tornadoes and rotating thunderstorms in this region this morning into early afternoon. And when we look at the overview this morning, late this morning, early afternoon, there's a moderate risk of these storms here across the southeastern states here. As we can see this ongoing with live Doppler radar right now. The tornado watch box we just told you, the thunderstorm outlook is reasonable given the fact that, we've got a lot of lifting, a lot of parameters here in place. And, it's going to be a rough day across the south from Birmingham and, parts of Columbus, Mississippi here all the way down to Shreveport and East Texas as well. And we'll be monitoring this throughout the day. Fire hazards are elevated across the northern plains here, especially Montana and Wyoming. But look, we have thunderstorms here with torrential downpours and dangerous possibilities of tornadoes here in East Texas into Louisiana, but it's elevated across Arizona, or New Mexico rather, into southwestern Texas for fire danger. And back to New Jersey. Here we go. Back to Jersey and the I-95 corridor. Our high temperatures today with that southwest wind in the upper 50s and low and mid 60s. Tomorrow, it's a little cooler. The front passes through again. Temperatures back into the low and mid 50s predominantly. By the time we get to Tuesday, temperatures rebound upper 50s to low and mid 60s, except, look at this, over the Poconos, upper 40s and 50s. That's the next cold front coming in. And by the time we get to Wednesday of next week, we're back down because that cold front passed through. Upper 40s to low and mid 50s again, and that's below average for this time of the year. Starting to rebound a little bit again by Thursday, upper 50s to low 60s, which is about normal for this time of the year. And again, it's a struggle back and forth. Friday, upper 50s to the north, low and mid 60s to the south. Everybody recovers on Saturday of next week with upper 50s to low and mid 60s. And then on Sunday, April 26th, back into the 50s to around 60 once again. Not out of the woods yet, are we, folks? Monday the 27th, upper 50s to low and mid 60s, and on Tuesday, the 28th of April, back into the low to mid 60s again. So it's a back and forth. Okay, we'll go up close and personal with the latest morning NAM model guidance for the northeastern United States, and everything looks good. This cold front looks to minor out right in here. But here's the remnants of those showers and thunderstorms and severe weather that is probably going to be ongoing today and tonight across the southern plains here. Actually, the southeastern states is not good. That scoots out of here. And by the time we get into Tuesday, here comes the next cold front in the area, and that could be preceded by some showers and even some thunderstorms. This looks interesting for Tuesday afternoon. Ahead of the cold front here, we could have a linear line of showers and thunderstorms just rip right through northern New Jersey, the New York City metropolitan area, I-95 corridor, Philadelphia, and that moves out. And guess what? It's still chilly after that. Yeah. We'll look at the Northeast macro scale dynamics here from the European model guidance from last night valid for next week or so. Here comes that storm off the mid-Atlantic coast, south of us, so that saves us. But here comes the cold front. Now this is macro scale. Now we just did the micro scale NAM model, and I'm telling you, showers and thunderstorms are possible, especially on Tuesday. And then that goes off the coast. Here comes more high pressure. Here's some warm air advection trying to work in to the area, and the model sees this on Thursday morning as a little bit of freezing precipitation over northwestern New Jersey. Is probably the highest elevations, over a couple of thousand feet, so I'm not too concerned about that. But with that comes the next storm system out of the southern plains and into the Virginias and Washington, D.C. Here comes the rain next Friday again, up the spine of the Appalachians, and off the coast it goes. And then here comes the next cold front. That waxes and wanes. High pressure moves off the coast again, and here comes a big storm system now that's going to produce a lot of rain on the Appalachian mountain spine chain. And I do mean business by April 27th, Sunday night and Monday. There's a lot of rain that's going to come through the northern mid-Atlantic as the storm occludes and deepens over northern New England and southeastern Canada. So where does all this precipitation go? By Sunday, April 26th at 8 a.m., we're estimating amounts of a couple of inches here in the northern mid-Atlantic. But look at this, through the deep south here, we're measuring inches of rain. 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of rain across the southeast. Very wet. Climate Prediction Center's 6 to 10 day, 8 to 14 day temperature and precipitation forecast from Friday the 24th through Tuesday the 28th. We'll do the 6 to 10 day first. Look at all this warmth that's starting to develop here across the southwest and into California and the intermountain regions here, and even through the central plains and the southeast, including Florida. I mean, Florida's temperatures are going to be in the 80s and 90s for the next 10 days. So, I'm stuck here, believe me. My friends called me and they said, Robert, can you come down? And I said, I can't. And look where it's going to be cold. The UP of Michigan, the Ohio River Valley, into the northeast. If we looked at the 18 to 14 day temperatures, again, the warmth continues to spread in from the southwest and the Intermountain West all the way into the Continental Divide, into central Texas, and of course Florida once again. And look where it's cold. Right where we live, in the northeast. That's why Paul Simon said, how can you live in the northeast? Yeah, thinking about that. And our 6 to 10 day precipitation probabilities from Friday the 24th through the 28th. Again, it's going to be wet here across the eastern United States, especially northern New England down through the southern mid-Atlantic and portions of Florida too. Even though it's going to be warm, it's still going to be wet. And by the time we get to the 18 to 14 day period, and these were done, by the way, on Saturday. They haven't been updated yet for today. from the Climate Prediction Center. It's still going to be quite wet across the eastern United States, particularly southern New England, and you guessed it, the northern mid-Atlantic, right where we live. Don't you just love it? Not. Okay, U.S. Drought Monitor, again, it's updated every Thursday, so this is the latest information we have. So, it's dry in Florida and in the southeast, and they are getting storms right now, but still it's quite dry across, extremely dry, actually, extreme drought in southeastern Texas, and it's dry over portions of the Rockies here and the Intermountain West as well. And as temperatures struggle to rise here on a southwest flow, it looks good here this morning. Look at these temperatures in the 80s. In the islands here. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck here. Look at how cold it is here across southeastern Canada, Hudson's Bay region. Even over the interior here, the Rockies and the southwestern portions of Canada here, it's cold. But notice the temperatures are rising quite nicely in Texas and in, well, this morning as well, late this morning in portions of Mexico too. It's just, I don't belong here. I don't. 24-hour temperature changes, things are rising here, cooler here with the thunderstorms ongoing. And of course, the next cold front coming in here, upper plains into southeastern Canada, Hudson's Bay. It's about 20, 25 degrees below where it was yesterday. And of course, the things that I'm thinking about this morning is it's a beautiful Sunday. Daniel Boone did this, I think, back in 1970. And he said, Sunday morning, up with the lark, I think I'll take a walk in the park. It's a beautiful day. The only problem is the parks are closed. It's a shame. And the other thing I didn't do this morning is the CocoRoz reports from New Jersey's weather networks that are reporting in. We thank you for your participation in helping us, retrieve this information. A couple of hundredths of an inch, if less than even a tenth of an inch of rain has fallen in the last 24 hours across northern New Jersey. Southern central New Jersey has been even lower than that with practically nothing. And again, southern New Jersey as well. Well, it definitely behooves you. It does. It definitely behooves you to get outside today at some point and get some fresh air. Even if you're just walking around your own condo, doesn't even matter. Just get out there and get some vitamin D. That's the early morning edition or late morning, early afternoon edition for GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. We'll check in with that severe weather in the south during the afternoon. Have a blessed Sunday.